Hello, 2207 students. Welcome to the summer 2018 term. This is a short video, maybe 10 minutes, about the overview of Blackboard and the introduction to Unit 1, which is on Pearson. So as you log in for the first time, you will see the welcome screen that we're on. Down below, you'll find the three core texts that guide each unit. So there are three texts, three units. The first unit is based upon Pearson's Ed Psych, the second on a book called Make It Stick, The Science of Successful Learning, and the third on the book How Children Succeed, Grit, Curiosity, and the Hidden Power of Character. So again, three books, three units, 1, 2, 3, that will guide our content and our tests and our projects throughout the course of the term. If you're new to Blackboard, you should start in the Start Here module. This will give you a number of resources for how to navigate through distance learning, how to get help with C&M Learn, or as it's known, Blackboard, some other facets about the course that I'll go over in the actual syllabus in just a moment. You can read the syllabus here, but it's also up to the left under syllabus. There is a downloadable version here. There is also a longer version of the syllabus here that you can just scroll through to get some quick information. So let me go through a couple of key points here. My name is Joshua Kraus. I go by Josh. This video is for section 51 and 52. There are two sections of this course online, but they have the same requirements throughout the course. The best way to contact me is via email, jkraus3@cnm.edu. And I get back to folks within 24 hours, but usually a lot quicker than that. This course is all about learning about the principles of learning, basically what science has told us about how learning happens and what teachers can do to build learning. So we'll focus on a pre-K to 12th grade context, but we're also going to focus on our own learning. So you'll be applying a lot of the content that we learn about through the text to your own learning as a college student right now. The required texts I just went over, so I won't go over those again. There are 4 learning objectives. There are alignment. There's alignment between the learning objectives and the actual units. So each one of these learning objectives spirals through the units. And then there are assessment methods based upon that learning objective and those unit outcomes. Course requirements. So there are weekly tests based upon the readings and lessons. There were 36 points total. There are 12 quizzes for 12 weeks, equaling 13 points each. Some weeks do come with 2 quizzes, and therefore they're worth 1.5 points each, and you can do the math from there. Important that 3 points doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about 36 points out of 100 total for this course, that's 36% of your grade. When you are on these quizzes, or these tests I should say, the end of chapter tests, there will be multiple choice, but there's also short answers, and the short answers require you to do these 4 things. Number 1, make sure that you have the correct answer, that it's based on the text. Number 2, that you've personalized the answer, that it has a clear indication of how you relate it to the text. Maybe you bring up your own education, your children's education, the education that happens at the school that you work at, any number of ways to personalize an answer, but make sure you do that. Use of evidence from the text, so making sure that you use quotations or citations on each answer. And then the length is 75 words. This is the easiest one to get right. Just make sure that your answers to short answer questions are always 75 words unless otherwise indicated. There are unit projects that are associated with each unit. So these are worth 52 points total, 17.33 points each. You are going to note that as we complete a unit, it's a step-by-step process. So it's not a let's wait till the end of the unit to go do something. It's a early on in the unit, I'll introduce a step 1, and then you'll have a step 2, and that'll culminate in a project. And so the goal there is that it's less about this like huge looming thing at the end of a unit and more about how do we incrementally, step by step, build up to a larger project. There are weekly checklists. This is the easiest point you can get. I'll show you them in just a moment on Blackboard. They're worth 12 points, 1 point for each week. You're just going to move through the various items I've asked you to do each week and click yes or no for if you've completed them, and then submit once you've completed everything that week. This is also an easy place to not get points, so make sure that as you finish each week, you go back and earn the points for each checklist. And there's also extra credit, and you can explore that at the bottom of the unit modules page. I'll let you scroll through and read through the rest of this. This is the schedule of assignments by week. You'll see the three units here. You'll see the weeks, you'll see the readings, and you'll see the way that you're going to be assessed on each of those. So back up to the top, you can find out more about me and my background here. Unit modules is where I'm going to go next. And you will see this video that you're watching right now at the top of unit modules. Then you'll see the unit by unit, the scope and sequence of the term, and then you'll also see extra credit that I noted a moment ago right there. So in unit 1, this is how all units are constructed. You'll go in, you'll see unit overview and objectives at the top, and then you'll scroll down and you will see each week has a different module, and in here are clear instructions on what you need to do. So if we go to week 1, taking just a moment to load. If we go to week 1, you'll see week 1 outcomes for chapter 1 and chapter 2. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that week 1 checklist that I noted. And there are clear directions for each week that once you're done with something, you indicate, yes, I'm done. And if you're not, and you didn't ever finish it, you indicate no. You just need to make sure that you go back in and submit them, and you can go back in as many times as you want. So you don't need to go in here and click yes, even though you haven't submitted something or completed something. So here's an example from week 1, opening exercises, read the syllabus, and send Josh an introductory email. So once you've done this, click yes, and you can save answers if you're not done with the other things. Or when you are done with everything, you can save and submit. Again, you can go in here as many times as you want. So the other items for this week, you're going to go on to Pearson, and you're going to make sure that you are registered for our class. You're going to complete chapter 1, reading, complete a study plan, and then a test on chapter 1, and the same thing with chapter 2. Again, when I'm done, and I'm done with all of them, save and submit. If I'm not, save all answers. All right. So that's what week 1 looks like. That's what all weekly checklists look like. Let's go into Pearson. So Pearson is there are links on Blackboard. You can also go to pearsonmylabmastering.com. And you are going to register as a student. I emailed you the access code. It's also on your weekly checklist right here. And once you're all registered, and there are directions to register on Blackboard as well, you are going to be able to log into our course. So it's called Summer 2018 EDUC 2207 Learning in the Classroom. And this is what our course looks like. I have slightly more on my page because I'm an instructor, but you should see some very similar things. Here's what you need to know about Pearson. There is a rhythm, and it includes 3 parts of the rhythm. So each time you go into Pearson, you're going to do 3 different things for each chapter. Number 1 is read the chapter, and that is on Pearson eText, the first item right here. Launch eText is how you're going to pull up the actual text. This takes just a moment to load up, and while it's loading up, I will take you here we go. So the text takes just a moment to load up, as you can see. Once it comes up, as you can see, there is an option to scroll through all of the chapters over here on the left. If I open up chapter 1, it'll open up the subparts of the chapter, and then I can look at the specific reading. It's a great interactive environment on here. You can look up individual terms through a glossary. You can also click on the various tasks that are associated with the various content on here. And again, Once you're ready for chapter 2, you move down to chapter 2, and you open it up, and the same kind of thing, and you read from here. So that's the text. The next part, so again, that rhythm, the first part is read the chapter, take your notes. The second part is to go to study plan. Study plans are where you're going to be able to take some quizzes that are just designed to help you to think about the content itself. So they're quizzes for the sake of the quiz, not because you're earning a bunch of credit for the course. It's just practice to prepare you for the test. So these quizzes require you to earn mastery points. And in order to move on to the test, as you can see here from chapter 2, you have to earn mastery points. So earn at least 2 mastery points to begin Pearson chapter 2 test. I'm on chapter 2 right now. So what I'm going to do is I can either practice for 2.1 and 2.2, or I can actually quiz me. And if I click quiz me, it's going to take me to the actual test that I can complete. There are 5 questions. Once I've earned the mastery points, I can then move on to part 3. And that is, under assignments, the actual tests. So if I go here, again, it takes just a moment to load. I can search by quizzes and tests, and then I can look for chapter 1 only, and I can see that I have to, in order to take this test, I have to complete those mastery points I just spoke about. And then I click here. If I try to click here without the mastery points, it's going to tell me that I need to go back and complete those mastery points. So this is the 3 parts of Pearson. 1, read the text. 2, do the study plan and those brief multiple choice questions. 3, complete the test. All right. So back into Blackboard. Once I'm done with everything, I'm going to complete yes for everything. I'm going to save and submit. I'm going to click OK, and I am done for the week once I've accomplished all of those items. I'm going to go back to unit modules just for a moment. Again, the opening video, make sure you watch this whole video. And in Unit 1, it takes the first 4 weeks, so you will find all 4 weeks open. If you would like to complete all 4 weeks within the free 14-day trial for Pearson, if you have the time to do that, you're welcome to give it a shot. Otherwise, you will need to purchase the Pearson module, and you can move through module at one module per week as the course is laid out. If you have questions, please let me know. Again, welcome to class. I'm always available to help. We can have a Skype session or a GoToMeeting session and actually see each other's face. If you need that, I can guide you through any of the Pearson items, and I'm here to help, so please reach out. Again, welcome to class.